Eddie Cologne, EC Details. Welcome back to another episode. Interior details. Interior details. I've been doing a lot lately. With interior details, I typically do not wash the car. You're like, oh my gosh, you're a piece of crap. I don't get paid to do it. I'm not doing it. Maybe that's terrible. Maybe I should. Maybe that's something I add. I don't know. But every week we try to bless one person. Now, what we mean by that is we try to do something for them outside of what they paid for, just as a thank you. And here's what we have. We have a customer here. She came in. They moved here from Texas. Came in, wanted interior detail. The pictures she showed me were worse than what the car looks like now. I'm going to show you a few clips as I talk. You could tell that the car, I would say scale of 1 to 10 is a 3. It's not bad at all. But the price I quoted her were based off of the photo. So I quoted her kind of, I believe, too high. With that said, the outside of her car has wild amounts of damage. Looks like a lot of paint transfer on the door, on the side of the clip here. I'm gonna show you a picture. It looks like they hit a pole or something. I'm gonna buff those out for free. So I'm gonna wash, I'm gonna polish this side of the car, and I'm gonna wax it. So we're gonna do in this video a rinseless wash and wax. Not one product together, 2 different products. Now for this video, I'm gonna show you the stuff we're gonna use. Got the Buzz and Fireball collaboration wax on the whole car. Have not used it yet, was waiting to do a test. This is a black car, so we'll get to see the richness of it, what it brings out. But let me show you what the car looks like. The outside is not good, but I believe rinseless wash is enough to clean this, and then I'll clay it. Then we'll polish the side of it, but I'm gonna show you what it looks like. Let's look at the car here. So wheels and tires, those really should get hit with an iron remover. They're pretty bad. But this is the paint transfer I am referring to. That's the paint transfer on the door. The car is dirty. There's like water spots all over. I don't know, you might have to hit this with, we'll probably have to hit that with Perlidio. We'll see. We got water spots all over. It looks like a lot of dirt. Look guys, we'll do this. Yeah, we're gonna hit it with a 3 pH rinseless. I'm not gonna do a lot of water in here, sorry. But you see how the car looks like? It's pretty bad. But also the inside of the car, I know I showed you clips, but it's truly not bad at all. That's what we're working with. All right, so we're gonna polish the transfer off. I'm gonna fill her tires up because they're under spec. And then I am going to use the wax to bring out the richness of this paint. And this is gonna be my gift to them. Now, I always try, like I said, once a week. Me and my wife, I decided this a long time ago. We try to get back once a week. It could be something like fixing this. He didn't have enough budget to fix that. I'm just gonna do it. Feels like paint transfer, we'll get it done. And then fix the front bumper. But let's go over what we're gonna use. I'm assuming, you know what? Let's go over what we have here. I'm gonna use Perlidio Alkaline. I think I have their acid somewhere here. This is a new brand I'm testing from Taiwan. It's called No Way or Wake Me Detailing. So far they got good stuff. Still testing it. But let me see what I have here. Because what I'm thinking is, you can tell I've been using this a lot. Dude, this stuff, yeah, we're gonna clean this crap. This right here is nuts. So let me see about that. This is even better. Okay, I savor it because you can't get it here. Testing some Titan stuff, all-purpose cleaner. We probably use that for the tires. Decon lube, so it reminds me of the old stuff from the Decon. They got leather cleaner, which is nuts. Like, dude, their line is pretty special. Like, every single one. There was the one thing I did tell them, like the soap, I wasn't that big of a fan of because the soap, I wanted more out of it. But this stuff here, Rinseless Wash Pro, super dilutable. This one has the SiO2 properties on it. He has one in here I have to look in the cabinet for that we are going to use. Then I have their tire cleaner right here. Boom, we'll use this. So this one does a good job cleaning. We'll use this with Perlidio. I'll pre-soak the whole car with Perlidio. Use that as my pre-wash. Come back in, put that on. Actually, this, if you dilute it in the back like they want you to dilute it, actually does pretty good at 10 mils in a whole thing of water. So we'll take both my carton sprayers that I have. We'll do that. And then we'll go. So, all right. I'm going to mix this here. And then, so rinseless wash here. Mix it. You can see what it looks like. Super slick. The brush is super high, super concentrated. Put that in here. And then they require you, or they tell you to create a pre-mixed batch of this. So it's a cap here into that. But you can see I've used this a lot already, testing it out. We're gonna do a pre-mixed batch on here. So I diluted Palladio 1 to 15, so it's 100 mils, 32 ounces of water. And then I have my rinseless, which right here, they tell you in the back of this, for a pre-soak, you wanna dilute it 2 caps to 32 mils of water. Gives you a good pre-soak. I have it diluted in the bucket, 750 to 1 is what I like to use. And then we're going to pre-spray the whole car with Palladio, come back, let it eat for a bit because you can see a bunch of marks here. Do the contact wash, see where we're at. And if we need more than that, we'll decide. Iron sprayer is a beast. I like the fan pattern of this. I'm gonna spray that all over the car. Like I said, this is Lavo Cosmetica Palladio. It's a high pH, rinseless type of wash using non-ionized surfactant, so it doesn't need to be rinsed off. You can rinse it off if you want. I'm going to let that eat a bit. And hit the roof. I want the whole thing to be covered. And that's a lot of pressure from this carton sprayer. It's pretty wild. The first version I tested for carton was kind of trash. This one, they made a lot of improvements. So I'm excited to see what type of improvements they made. Get the windshield, all the bugs, and there you go. I got it pre-sprayed with all of the Palladio. And the goal here is to allow it to eat, to break down a lot of that road film, etc. You can even go in, hit all the tires and rims. Make sure I get all the side here and the front clip. I used the whole thing. You didn't have to, but I wanted to pre-spray everything. The whole car had a bunch of dirt, grime, etc. And the goal here is to break down a lot of that dirt on the surface. And you can see it here. It's like gritty. So that was the goal of this. And I always pre-spray the whole car. This is how I do winter washes too. If it's super muddy, I'll take it to the coin wash because I don't like to wash in here. I don't have a drain, and I also don't like for it to get muddy. There's a lot of mud. I usually wash it outside, or if I can't, coin wash. Then I come in, and then we're gonna pre-spray our rinseless wash on top. And I do that to come in and contact wash it. And I'll do this section first, just so you get an idea of how I do it. There's no right way. Do it however you feel comfortable. And then I'll come in with the sponge and clean it. I already did the front clip, got a call, life happens. Pre-spray this. One thing about the carton sprayers that I'm not liking is for some reason, if this turns, it shuts off. So just use smooth actions. You'll get all this side, get this. And again, I'm only putting this on top of Palladio just to keep it wet a bit. And then I'll let the rinseless do the work. Now, let's talk about Invoke Rinseless. It's a beautiful rinseless wash, more traditional. What I mean by that is it's not surfactant heavy. You can tell there's some polymers, no protection. He has a protection one for it. It's slick, and it's just a good old rinseless wash. The dilutions are nuts. Now the questions are, how does it fare against Nexen? I feel like this is slicker, at the higher dilution than Nexen. Not that that's a bad thing. I'm just being transparent with y'all. And I feel like this has a little more bite, cleaning wise. You know what I mean? The rinseless wash in the car is kind of cool because you can see no hoses, just water. And this whole side is done. It does break down the dirt. You can tell it won't stain my sponge. Some of these stains I was testing another rinseless wash that stained it. But you can see, there you go. So I did the whole front. We're gonna finish rinseless washing the car. I just wanna show you my process of using Palladium with the rinseless wash and how that works. And we'll go over to see how clean you got it. All right, I dried the whole car and I wanna show you there was no dirt anywhere on my towel. All the dirt was pulled down into the bucket. That is a slapper. I love the atomizer on that. The rinseless wash was slick, cleans real good, and Palladium could be used in any occasion. The goal here was to show you how to use Palladium when you're doing a rinseless wash, and this is the way I use it, and the car is looking good. So I'm going to actually clay the hood here. You can see it's kind of damaged here. I'm gonna clay it, and I'm gonna polish this section, and then spot polish anything I feel like needs to be touched up. But look at the car. We go back here where we saw all of the dirt and residue, and it's gone. See? Gone. Real good product. That's one of my favorite combos. Palladium with any rinseless. Use whatever rinseless you want, but Invoke rinseless, it's a slapper. I really dig it. All right, let's get cracking on the hood here. Another reason why I love rinseless wash is it has many functionalities. Not only does it clean, not only can you use it for interiors, and if you haven't seen that video of the disaster detail, you can see where I used it to knock down all the crust. So shout out to Maz again and Brandon for bringing it up. And then I was able to go straight to my cleaner and save me money. Also use it like a clay lube. So I sprayed the rinseless wash on here. If you feel it sticking, just make sure you add more product. But you can hear how bad this hood is. Rinseless wash, man. One product. I just cleaned the whole freaking car. The goal here is to bring back as much gloss as possible to the car. I'm not gonna do a full paint correction, but the hood was pretty messed up. And right away, when I wipe, you could tell, and I'll show you an example here, you can tell that this came to work. So let me show you what it looks like to what it looked like. And you can tell a significant difference from this to this. So I'm gonna cut the rest of the hood. A500 is the truth. It is pretty special. It does a good job cutting and finishing. It should be available at the store soon. I don't know if we didn't have it. We were just sold by that SEMA, which is off. But nonetheless, you can see the clarity on the hood he gave me. I'm gonna buzz around the whole car, maybe do 2 or 3 passes, just to bring back the depth before I put the wax on. So that way, when they pick up, they'll be happy about it. All right, so I finished the car. Look how it looks. I did polish the whole thing. I'm gonna use acid real quick, bust that out, won't be a big deal. A little bit of water, but here's what it looks like. I got all the gloss back, and you saw how it looked like before at the beginning of the video, and you can see right here, I got it looking good. It wasn't perfect, just one step just to get the gloss back. Now, we're gonna go in and we're gonna apply the Carzilla wax. This is my first time using it. This is their collaboration with Fireball. Here's what it looks like. Here's what you get. Here's all that box of stuff. And then we're gonna apply it with the carton. Dude, this is what's nuts. If you take the handle from your carton and you get this tool, it becomes, you put it in there, wax, and you can wax the whole car. So it makes it super efficient, especially so you don't have to do it by hand. I'm gonna show you how to do that. But Fireball wax with Carzilla is a collaboration of a hybrid wax. I don't know what they were going for. I should ask them. but you're going for looks, hydrophobics. Fireball makes tremendous waxes. That's all I'm saying. Their waxes are pretty top tier. Ghost is insane. I tried some of their waxes a long time ago. Fireball makes some hitters. Now, Kataba and Fireball together, that means Mr. Kataba himself wanted something more. So I'm excited to see the gloss. I'm excited to see the hydrophobics. So when I smell the wax, it smells pretty good. Musk is the scent I get. Not sure they're supposed to have a scent or not. With this, I just go in, I do side by side, and then use it for the car. You would just want a little bit on there, so I'll go in again, move that over, and fill your pad up like that, and we'll do the car. So I'm doing a test here, just on this corner, to make sure this is good. This is a rotary, so just keep it flat. And again, you just want to go in and apply. And the goal is just to apply the wax. Don't put any pressure down. The machine doesn't have a lot. We'll do this section here. Make sure we cover it all. And make sure I don't get any wild holograms. The tool is pretty weak, so if you're thinking about polishing the car with this, it's not gonna work. All right, you wanna use this because that machine was kind of annoying. And I'm back home, you know what I'm saying? Feels like I'm back in the mix of it. I'm back to waxing the car with my pops, doing it by hand. I'm getting intimate with the hood. This is enough to do this whole section. And you know, you can control your hand speed. It doesn't matter. I already polished the car, so the carting machine maybe has a place, but for me, I felt like, you see, it felt inconsistent. Felt kind of like I was missing spots. And like I said, this is enough to do this whole thing. Come back over here, because I don't feel like we got all of it. I said I wasn't gonna only do half the hood. Screw it, I'm gonna do the whole thing. You know it's not hydrophobic, because I polished it. Come back in and do this part, front part. Make sure you overlap your circles. See, get the whole thing. And that's what the look you want. Okay, I'm gonna let that sit for about 5 minutes and take it off and finish the whole hood. We'll come back and I'll show you the hydrophobics. All right, I did half of the car and I'll show you the looks of it. So I did the whole half, and the other half I'm gonna apply something else. Super easy application. I did go heavier on here. I'm just checking this spot to make sure I didn't get any holograms, which I did not. And then grab yourself a Freebird 600 and then buff. And you can see that the buff off is insanity. If you get some of that, you just turn it over. I would use 2 towels. Come in with the initial buff, come over it. But my Lord, that looks insane. So I have another towel here. I come back, grab any residue that I didn't pick up. And look at that. Oof. Easy wipe off, no hazing, none of that nonsense. Deep, wet look like you expect from wax. I'm gonna do the rest of the side here, and that side, I'm gonna test a new product that I got sent, and then we'll check it out. But so far, that looks great. Look at that. The glow, the gloss. It was easy to use. It took literally like 15 minutes, and I'm gonna show you this part. So this is the part that we put the wax on. Look at those hydrophobics. That is the Kataba wax. That is nuts. Look at that. Look at that wax. For wax, that beading is insane. It's just flowing off the car. Look at that. Let me show you the side of it. I did not put any toppers, just a wax. Dude, look at that contact angle. That's nuts. There you go. Nothing sticks to it. The hydrophobics are nuts. Look at that wax. Wow, that is super impressive. Super impressive. This is the side I did the other sealant, and that one is good, but that is not as good as this. That is just nuts. This is good, but not as good as that. Kataba wax is insanity. Pure joy. I gotta do a test against that, against Luminous, but that is like a ceramic coating. That is bananas. Wow. Let's talk about the process. I use Invoke Rinseless Wash. Phenomenal rinseless wash. I like it. Gives me vibes of just pure polymer. None of the hype. Super dilutable. I use that paired with Palladio to get the car clean. Those are the two cleaning products I use for the car. For the wheels and tires, I did use Clean Tool Quick QD because I'm using my rinseless wash method. Used A500 for the polish. The work times are great. The cutting time is phenomenal. The gloss it gives me is tremendous. And it didn't haze the paint. And usually Mazda paint is super soft. Fireball Kataba wax is insane. The tight beading, the look, the tremendous contact angles of the water beads, and you saw those, second to none. I would have to test it against Kataba, but I mean, I would have to test it against Luminous, but I think that wax is tremendous. With that said, everything I use, links in the description below. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Appreciate ya. Hope you have a good week, and we're out.